Hello guys, it's Vince Spurs 21 here with another edition of Spurs Chat. Today we're going to be doing something that I think causes a lot of, not divide between fans, but something that's everyone's split on their opinions of whose team at Spurs really was better, Harry Redknapp's or Mauricio Pochettino's. This is possibly the most contrasting of opinions. Many fans preferred Harry's go all guns blazing, flair, attacking, array of ability we had with Bale, Modric, Van der Vaart, Defoe, King, of course. The list was endless of the attacking players we had. They preferred that fluent style, whereas some prefer, Pochettino's method of building up from the back, a good base, showing flair up front, but also showing the resiliency and toughness at, when we need to see a game out. It's a very, very divided opinion, and because there's so completely different styles, and so many people have such a different variation of it. My personal view is this: Harry's team had players who could do moments of individual brilliance, like completely out of the blue. Like as we've seen, you could put together a move of 5-6 passes and stream through and score a wonder goal, with the quality of Modric and Van der Vaart. Or you could just do what Bale did, just put it on his left foot, burst it through, and he'll just smash it into the top corner. That's often the skill that team used to have. Just as I said, moments of magic that can just pop out of nowhere and win you a game. Whereas on Pochettino's side, we have an incredible team ethic where we always, often when we don't play well, we grind results out, which was a criticism of Harry's team. Often if we wasn't playing well, we couldn't seem to find a way of being able to make it work and get a result out. You think of numerous home games like Wigan, for instance, Norwich comes to mind as well. There's been many incidents. Stoke, small games where we've lost easy points when Redknapp was in charge. Of course, been 2-0 up and losing 5-2 away at Arsenal, of course, for instance, comes to mind. Often when it was going wrong with Harry's team, I wouldn't say that they didn't know, but there just seemed to be a panic of just like, hoof the ball up and try and make something happen. Whereas, even when we were in trouble with Pochettino's team, you can still sense a sense of calmness in there. Like, just stick to what we're doing and it will come good. And we've seen that quite a bit this season. We've come from behind on quite a few occasions already to win games. So there's a better balance, I would say, with Pochettino's team. He has the ability to, when we attack well, as we see, we are the best team in the league when we can attack. You can see some of the fluent moves, the goals we can score, and we have players also that can produce moments of magic. You think of Harry's goal on Sunday against Everton, for instance, just a 25-yard volley shot, pretty much, boom, bangs in the top corner. You think of the magic Dele Alli and Christian Eriksen can do, but they also all have that element of being able to defend and all work together to see a game out, which is what we did against Everton when we were on the ropes for those last 10 minutes. We saw the game out well. We didn't buckle and we won that game in 3-2 instead of it being probably 2-2, which probably would have happened before. It's a very noticeable thing that's changed since Pochettino's come to the club. It's so, as I said, many fans prefer. I mean, my old man, for instance, preferred the way Harry's team played, which I don't blame him for that at all. Because I really everyone loved it. Whereas I prefer what Pochettino's side is able to do, because we can have different ways of winning. Often we can just blitz teams out of the water and just play amazing football, but in tight, gritty games where we need to just eke out a 1-0, which is something which you just have to do sometimes. We were able to do it with this team, and also considering how structurally how well we are structured defensively compared to Harry's team as well. Also, is quite a big key because often we would just be pushing everyone, including the defenders, forward. Whereas, you know, the system we have, everyone is always you always have at least 4 or 5 back for a solid attack. That way, you've always got numbers in case we lose the ball and the other team gets a break on us. We're always there, immediately defending well and in our structure. So I suppose the question I put is, I prefer Pochettino, so I'm going to say it now. You know, I'm sure some of you prefer Harry's. Which one do you prefer? Did you prefer Harry's, you know, all-out flares, guns blazing style of football? Or do you prefer Pochettino's all-round South American sort of stubborn style? You know, that can play well but can often defend a lot better. Which one do you prefer? Leave your comments down below. Don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow my social media links, they'll be down in the description as well. I'm Evans21. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon, and as always, come on, you Spurs.